Chetana GD, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, MIT Mysore. Today we are discussing one of the experiment of Fluid Mechanics and Machinery Laboratory. Subject code is 18MEL57 and credits is 2. We are looking at the experiment number 3, that is V notch. We already have come across with the flow measuring device, namely Venturi meter and orifice meters in the first two experiments. Now we are looking at one more such measuring device, flow measuring device, that is V notch. In case of Venturi meter and orifice meter, generally they are used to measure the flow rate when it is a closed pipe. When it is an open channel, we go for either V notch or rectangular notch. Generally we go for notches and waves. So what is a notch? Here is a figure which is a representation of a V notch. If there is a flow in an open channel, you make the flow to go over this shape. Here it is V shape. So water is allowed to flow above this notch from this point. So when this water is flowing here, we have derived an equation for flow rate of V notch. From that equation we get the discharge. So the equation is 8 by 15 into tan theta by 2 square root of 2g into h power 5 by 2. So only if you have the head or height of the water which is flowing above this V notch, then we can determine the flow rate of a open channel. So this comes handy whenever you want to measure the flow rate in an open channel. The conventional way of measuring the discharge is you can collect it in a tank and then you have a timer with you. Then you can measure what is the flow rate. Now look at the aim of the experiment. We are looking to calibrate the V notch. So it is to find the coefficient of discharge, that is CD, of a given notch. Here it is V notch. Operators, notch experimental setup is there and we need a stopwatch for getting the actual flow rate. What are the observation we need? Type of notch is V notch. For V notch, angle of the notch, this is fixed, which is 90 degree. Initial pointer gauge reading. Here it is to get the height of this or the head of water which is flowing above this V notch. So generally initially we set this point as 0. Then whatever the reading we take here, that will be the head of water flowing above the V notch. So always this we try to make initially as 0. This level we make it as 0, the pointer gauge which we have. Then area of the collection tank. So in order to have the actual, so this setup is to measure the discharge in V notch. At the same time we can also have the actual measurement by having a collection tank, and that collection tank area is given which is perpendicular to the floor. That area is 0.16 meter square. Then rise in water level. So this area of the collecting tank we have 0.16 meter square, and rise in water level we are taking it as 10 centimeter. So obviously we have the volume flow rate if you have the timer with you. So we are taking 0.1 meter. Let us look at the experimental setup. What we have is a centrifugal pump here and a tank. Now this tank, we have a centrifugal pump from which this pulls up the water from here, and that will be dropped into the flowing channel here. So when it is dropped here, in order to linearize the flow, we have a mesh which will be placed here so that it just linearizes the flow. Then once it is flowing here in a steady state, then we have a V notch placed over here. Initially we set this pointer gauge as 0 when the water is exactly at the crest. Then we increase the flow rate, then whatever the water level it is showing, water level, which is nothing but the head of the water above the crest. Then this data, the head which is required for the theoretical calculation or theoretical discharge. So in order to have the actual flow rate, what we have is a collection tank here. So area of the tank, which we know, the 0.16 meter square, this is a rectangular tank. Then height, we are taking it for 10 centimeter, which you can vary according to your convenience. So for 10 centimeter rise of 0.16 meter square, what is the time it is taking? We just lock this buffer wall, then we note down the time. So when that is done, we will have the data for actual discharge. Then we compare actual discharge and theoretical discharge, or we calculate coefficient of discharge as actual discharge by theoretical discharge. Now let us switch on the motor. Set this as 0 when the level is exactly at the crest. Now increase the flow rate so that once that is increased, the level of the water here increases. Now take that reading. What we have is the head of water, which is above the crest. Now that is useful for calculating the theoretical discharge. So this is the V notch which we are talking about, and this is the head of water which is flowing above the crest. The experimental setup is designed such that this V notch can be replaced by rectangular notch as well. On the other hand, we can also measure actual discharge. In order to measure the actual discharge, we have a tank, collection tank. Collection tank is also having a reading. If we can measure the vertical height of water which is collected, can be measured here. So what we need to do, now this valve is open. If you lock this valve, you can note down the time. Now lock this valve at the same time, you note down the time for 10 centimeter rise of water. Now you lock this valve. Now look at this reading for 10 centimeter. Now the value is 78 seconds. After getting the reading, drain off the or open the valve to drain off the tank. Switch off the motor. Then we have a draining valve for this tank also. Just open that valve. That completes the experiment. Now let us look at the tabular column which is tabulated from the experiment. We have a pointer gauge reading which is 4. Then head over the notch. Since we have fixed this as 0 and then we have set the pointer gauge, of course it will be 4 minus 0, that is 4 centimeter. But we want it in meter, convert it into meter, you have 0.04 meter. Then time taken for 10 centimeter rise T in seconds. We had the collection tank, and what is the time it is taking to rise of 10 centimeter level, that we are noting it down, which is turning out to be 78 seconds. Then we go on to calculate actual discharge, theoretical discharge and coefficient discharge. Let us look how do we calculate these theoretical and actual discharge. The theoretical discharge formula is derived in the fluid mechanics, considering a small strip over this V notch and integrating it over the complete area. We have got this equation, that is 8 by 15 into tan theta by 2 square root of 2g into h power 5 by 2, where h is the head. Head which we talked here, this is the head. Okay. Here the only unknown is h and theta. Theta is 90 degree for V notch, and head is, which we have noted down, which is 0.04. Then theoretical discharge you can calculate 7.55 into 10 power minus 4 meter cube per second. Now for actual discharge, we had a collection tank. We had the area of the collection tank perpendicular to the floor. So that collection tank will be like a which is 10 centimeter. So for every 10 centimeter rise we are taking, so 10 centimeter here it is a 0.1 meter. So multiplying area with the height, it becomes a volume of water which you are talking about. Now this volume, how much time it is taking to fill this much of volume, which we have noted, which is 78. So volume per time it is taking, it is a discharge, which is 4.10 into 10 power minus 4 meter cube per second. Now we go for calculating coefficient of discharge, which is actual discharge by theoretical discharge. It is coming out to be 0.5430. We can conduct the same experiment for different readings. Now we will look at the probable viva questions. Thank you.